name is Renee Wilson. I am a child of God. I'm a mother, a wife, and I'm a United States citizen. And I believe in the right to bear arms with stipulations. And here's my audience. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. I have yet to see a gun pick itself up, aim it at someone, and fire itself. Guns do not kill people. I am in favor of the right to bear arms, which was instituted in this country and adopted by the Second Amendment in 1791. And it says that a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. I believe in that right. Our United States Supreme Court has come out with at least 4 different decisions that support the right to bear arms. And the Bill of Rights and the Second Amendment were being adopted and ratified, they're being put into place to prevent hostile attack against the American people. The District of Columbia v. Heller, which is a Supreme Court decision that states that yes, the American people have the right to uphold the ability to bear arms. And it wasn't just for hunting, and it wasn't for violence. It was for self-defense. McDonald v. City of Chicago, Illinois, stated that yes, we can bear arms for self-defense. I'm not sure why civilians would need fully automatic rifles or weapons. However, I am not in favor of having those, but for civilians. All other firearms, however, I do support. Our United States current laws state that the federal government says yes, you can bear arms, and then we'll leave the states to determine how you'll bear those arms. Well, we have 50 different states. How many different laws do you think we have to bear arms? Well, there's about 50 of them. So I say let's look around, see what works. In Switzerland, every household is given a firearm, and they have a very low violent crime rate. We here in America, there are over 313 million people in this country. We have over 192 million accounted for firearms in this country, which is more than half of the entire world gun population combined. In Switzerland, every 20 to 30-year-old that is not insane or an ex-criminal is issued a firearm. They're issued a rifle, and you will serve in their military to protect their country. They consider it an honor, a duty, and something of pride that they should do this, bear arms. Well, in America, I suggest that instead of adding a bunch of different gun control laws, that we do a psychological evaluation of the people so that we can assure that no insane person is walking around with the right to bear arms. That we should do a background check so that no ex-criminals are given the right to bear arms. And then from there, that each person who has the right to bear arms should have to join a gun club, and that gun club will be accountable for them, and that they will be accountable to the gun club, so that there's dual accountability in this country. Lots of times we leave the individual with the right to choose how they're going to store the firearm, when we know that they have a child in the household, or they have an insane relative that's living with them, which causes all kinds of issues later on when your 6-year-old carries your gun to school and shoots somebody because they think it's cool because it was left laying on the counter. So I suggest that we use the gun clubs to have a random check to ensure that your firearms are being properly stored and cared for. And then start educating people. One of the things that makes Switzerland's gun laws so successful is that every household is trained in the proper usage and storage of a firearm. You don't just get issued a firearm and you're going to the shooting range. You're going to be taught safety. And they teach it to every household member. But from 20 to 30, the ages of 20 to 30, the males will serve in the military. However, if the girls want to, they do not prohibit her from doing that. But everybody is taught gun safety and gun laws. If we do that in this country, we have what we call spin doctors that spin our media to sway our minds in whichever direction they want us to go. And so we could start making it an honor to bear arms, or a duty to bear arms, by educating the children that are coming up. At one point they said that back in the 60s the NRA had classes that everybody went to that were mandatory gun safety classes. We need to reinstitute that kind of thinking. We could start, the media used a social campaign to get everybody to wear seatbelts in this country in the 80s. And people vehemently opposed wearing seatbelts. Oh, this is my car, you're not going to make me wear my seatbelt, you're not going to tell me what to do with my car. Well, we have the same mentality with our guns. Oh, you're not going to tell me how to store my guns and what to do with my guns. So we could take a social campaign such as they did with seatbelts, and they made safety the issue with seatbelts, and people began to start wearing seatbelts. Why not start educating children on the safe storage and usage of firearms, make it something of honor, and you could spin it to where they feel it's a duty to carry it, and to carry it responsibly, and to store it responsibly. So I say, let's start with educating people. Let's change the social media surrounding gun controls. Right now, the social media puts a spin on every crime that happens that there's a gun involved in it. But what they don't show you is that the United States Department of Justice, their statistics show that in the last 9 years, violent gun-related crimes have gone down drastically in this country. If every household was allowed to own a firearm, and everybody knew that every household in this country owned a firearm, bet your crime would drop quite a bit. It has in Switzerland, and when Australia decided to ban guns, their crime went up. They reinstituted and dropped the ban, their crime went down. I'm willing to bet you that the next time someone thinks about robbing a house, if they knew for a fact that homeowner had a firearm in it, they'd think twice about robbing that house. But I wanted to leave you with this. They're asking us to give up our guns and give up our rights to bear arms, which our founders have said are our inalienable rights. And as a God-fearing individual, he instinctively gave me and each one of you it's innate that we have a self-defense mechanism. It's called flight or fight. We're either going to stay and fight to defend ourselves, or we're going to run to defend ourselves. But we are not going to stand and just take it. And so when we were given the rights as citizens of America to bear arms, we shouldn't give those rights up. They were given for our safety. So, again, I say let's educate our children and make it an honor and a duty to carry a firearm in this country instead of a privilege and something we're entitled to. Entitlement brings with it irresponsibility. With responsibility, there would be less crime in this country. And I wanted to say, if we give our guns away to someone that we have to call to come with guns to help us, think about this. When it comes to gun control, the seconds that count the most, just wait, the police will be there in minutes.